Congresswoman from Arizona, Debbie Lesko, here to talk. Congresswoman, good to see you. Great to have one of our very first lawmakers on National Report back with us here. So good to see you again. Thanks so much for coming on. I got to jump.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. I got to jump right in there with you. Here we've got everyday Americans, and I'll even pull this up right now if I can, because I've got it right here. Obviously, the average gasoline is about $5 a penny. That's where it is today. A year ago, if you see on your screen, it was $2.39. Arizona, you're paying more. You're $5.37 on average there. Your thoughts on this and how this is being handled by this administration?
Well, and in Phoenix, Arizona, it's $5.63 a gallon. So people are really suffering. I mean, this is all a crisis created by President Biden and the Democrats. And you can see that because as soon as President Biden took office, the gas prices kept going up every single month. And it wasn't till later that Russia invaded Ukraine. So yes, that has part to blame for gasoline prices going up, but not the biggest part. The biggest part is that President Biden and the Democrats have an all-out war against U.S. produced oil and gas. And they're trying to blame everybody and anybody except themselves and shift the blame so the American people don't blame Biden. But the American people are smart. They're not buying it, and the polling data against President Biden shows that.
Yeah, Putin's price hike is what Americans continue to hear, but what they continue to see are 40-year highs. President Biden, in terms of inflation, President Biden will head to Saudi Arabia next month, as you well know, amid these record-high gas prices, in an ask of OPEC to produce, to essentially help Americans here. Senator Chuck Grassley, though, spoke on this topic with Newsmax's newest host, Greta Van Susteren. We have that clip, and I'll have your reaction. Here's that moment.
Well, listen, he wouldn't have to go to Saudi Arabia and to Venezuela to get energy to come to this country when it's got right under our own feet all the energy we need. When he became president, we were energy independent. Now we're energy dependent, and this policy of importing oil is just contrary to everything he wants to do to clean up the environment.
Congresswoman, your reaction to that?
Well, I totally agree with Senator Grassley. I mean, all I can say is President Biden is a piece of work. He shifts the blame. On the one hand, he says, we want more oil and gas production from the United States oil and gas industry. But then on the other hand, he tries to shut them down. I mean, these are the first actions he took when he got into office, was to try to shut down U.S. oil and gas production because he's caving in to the very leftist, environmentalist Green New Deal. He tells people, oh, the solution is go get an electric car, which costs $60,000 to $100,000. They kind of forget that electricity needs to come from somewhere, right? And a lot of it comes from natural gas powered electric plants. Right. And I had the Secretary of Energy Granholm in front of our Energy and Commerce Committee. And I said, you have to understand why Republicans are very skeptical of what the Biden administration and you are saying, that you want to produce more U.S. oil and gas when you're doing everything in your power using the SEC, the EPA, and others to hurt U.S. production of oil and gas. And then Biden goes begging Saudi Arabia, who he's criticized in the past for more oil production. He's begging Venezuela. It's pathetic. I can't say any other words besides it's pathetic.
I'm going to switch to this final topic really quickly with you, and I'll let you go. This proposed security measure that finally passed the House, this to protect Supreme Court justices and their families. This passed unanimously in the Senate. It went to the House. There were some measures that wanted to be added by some Democratic lawmakers. That didn't happen to get it passed. There were 20-something Democrats that said no, including some key Democrats, notable figures there. Just your final comment on that, on seeing the no's over funding for security for the 9 Supreme Court justices on the heels of an attempted assassination attempt on Justice Brett Kavanaugh.
The Democrats have become more and more radical. I got a text yesterday from Choices Pregnancy Centers, which are pro-life pregnancy centers in Arizona, and they are being threatened by a member of Antifa saying that when the decision comes out on Roe versus Wade nationwide at 8 p.m. that night, they want to burn down all of the pro-life pregnancy centers in Phoenix. These are radical people. I sent a letter to the Department of Justice asking them what they were going to do about this. They apparently want to uphold BLM, a Black Lives Matter group and protesters, but not when conservative organizations are being attacked. This is wrong. Democrats are wrong on this issue, and American people are going to vote them out.
All right, and a lot of primaries to get through, and we saw a lot of flipping there, or some already. Congresswoman of Arizona, Debbie Lesko, joining us live. Congresswoman, good to see you, and thank you for taking the time for our viewers this morning.
Thank you.
Got it.